It's been a while since I featured a new mole or gopher trap, so I thought it was about time. Catching moles and gophers is a really popular subject with YouTube viewers. I have a problem with moles in my backyard right now, so for today's video we're going to take a look at the Victor brand out-of-sight mole trap. This style trap is really common on the hardware store shelves, and it's not a new style, it's been around a long time. I've seen advertisements for the out-of-sight mole trap in newspapers that date to 1903. Anytime a style trap has been used for over 100 years, it means it works well. You do have to set it properly, so first let's take this out of the box and I'll show you how it works. Here's what the out-of-sight mole trap looks like out of the box. It consists of two sets of jaws on either side. That way you can catch a mole coming from either direction. In between those jaws, holding them together, is a really powerful spring. This is strong enough I can't set this trap by hand. On the top bar is a lever that folds over and hooks into the trigger that goes up and down. There's also a safety catch here. Now, since this is such a strong trap, the box also includes two levers that help you set it. So let's change camera angles and show you how it works. When we set this trap, you want to make sure that this top bar here is in the middle and can come down and hook into the trigger. Now, these are the levers that you use to set it. They go on the outside of the bar and then hook on that spring. And you do that on either side. That way when you squeeze them together, the jaws open and the leverage makes that pretty easy. Now you can pinch these together and put that safety catch there, and that way you don't have any unexpected surprises. This is a really powerful trap, so you got to watch your fingers. You squeeze it together, hook in that bar to the trigger, and then you can release these here, take them out, take off the safety bar. Now this is ready to go. We're going to dig our hole. But first I'll show you how this works. We'll put the jaws of the trap down in the tunnel. The body of the mole will come through as he's digging. He'll hit that striker plate, come up. That is a very powerful trap and he'll die instantly. Yesterday I flattened all the mole hills to see where the most fresh activity is. And this is just a small area where he's been clearing out a tunnel. So we're going to dig down around here, find the direction of the tunnel and set the trap in. Now the tool I like to do this the most is the Hori Hori. It's a hybrid between a hand shovel and a knife. It has a serrated edge so you can get through roots. So we're going to dig a circle wider than the trap and then set this down in there. With the shadows this is pretty difficult to see, but we have a mole tunnel going across here. Now I dug quite a bit deeper than the level of the molehill and backfilled it with some loose dirt. That way when we place our out of the sight mole trap, the trigger is right at the level of the hole. So when the mole comes through, it'll push that dirt, go up, its body will be in those jaws and you can catch them. So we're going to backfill this with some loose dirt. You don't want any air or light in the tunnel, so when the mole comes through it'll just hit loose dirt and start digging to hit that trigger plate. But if you have too much dirt on the jaws, they won't close fully, so I'm going to take some of that away. And that's loose dirt and a powerful spring, so it should still close. Now the last thing you always want to make sure to do is take the little safety catch off, otherwise you're not going to catch a mole. This looks like a good set and I think it's going to work. The mole will come through, hit that loose dirt, start digging, release the trigger, and that spring will close the jaws on its body. Now moles are most active at night in my area, so I'm going to come back and check it in the morning, see if this is sprung and see if we have a mole. It is now the next morning. You can see all the frost on the ground and here's what I found. This trap has been sprung, so hopefully that means there's a mole down here. Let's pull it up and see if we got one in the jaws. Look at that. That came right down on its body. That had to be an instant death. This worked extremely well. After testing out the out-of-sight mole trap and seeing it in action, I'm really impressed. If you set this trap correctly in the tunnels, you will just hammer the moles. This design's been around for over 100 years, and that's because it works. I'll continue posting videos on mole and gopher traps from time to time, so stay tuned.